All right, guys, strap yourselves in. We got a good one for you today. Something that's affecting us all. The high cost of living, being alive, right? Let's go ahead and get right into it. Here we go.
I'm about to be how old my mom was when she first started having kids. They already had purchased 7 acres of land. We're in the process of building their own home. And I can't even afford, gas. I can barely even afford my fucking rent. The idea of buying a house one day is just so abstract to me and just unattainable. And the fact that, I went to college. I did all the right things. And, I'm no better off at all. Honestly, I think I'm a little bit, we all are a little worse off. Because, 20 years ago, our dollar went a hell of a lot farther than it does now. Was college even fucking worth it?
All right, so we feel the angst of the young people these days. They are obviously struggling with the high inflation that's going on. She obviously is feeling it pretty strongly there. So she's definitely letting us know how she feels. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Let's take a look here and see what this lady here is talking about her experience at Target. The bags, the 3 bags. Oh, she's talking about how little she got from Target and how much she paid for it. So let's take a look here.
I need you guys to tell me when 3 bags at Target cost $195. Because never in my motherfucking life, ever. And let me just show you what I got. Nothing crazy. Let me just show you that it actually was 1, 2, 3 bags. I'm a hot, sweaty mess. But I just need to know how. I have toilet paper. Yes, I needed these. They're expensive. They were $11. Ridiculous. I know this is one of the top things. Got it. $5. And I have the receipt. I can look at what the most expensive things were. I had to get detergent, so I got Cascade. I think this was $8, and my big tub of OxyClean, which this is $14 for the big one, $10 for the smaller one, so I went with this one because it's more cost effective over time. All that somehow ended up being $60, $70 alone. Now on to the things that I needed to go into Target for, but something doesn't work in my brain that all of these things added up to $197. $13. I have 2 of them. Okay, fuck. Do you guys know those little circular towers at Target? You know how they used to be buy 3 for 3 or whatever the deal was? Oh, they don't do that anymore. So the Facebook, these were each $4. Fucking asinine. What do you mean? Why? Clips, $8 each. Ridiculous. This, $8. Yes. Yeah, sure was. And let me tell you, it was one of these little guys. This guy. This guy. That's it. That's it. Double. I have 2 of these. 2 of each of these. Because I have 2 girls I'm getting it for. How is this $130? There's nothing in here. There's literally nothing in here. And then when you look at the receipt, I get it. It's all because they're 14, 11, 12, 10, 15. Holy fucking shit. My heart breaks every day knowing that there's people who I'm actually gonna cry. I'm so frustrated with America. This is the empath in me. Because I know there are people who literally have to put their groceries on their credit cards, and I can't stand to see that. I really can't stand to see that. I just think it's asinine. I think, how is inflation even to this point? How is anyone paying for anything? How are we living? How are we getting through life? I mean, anyways, don't go to Target.
Well, I'm not sure it's just all Target, but I do see how she's buying a lot of stuff that is kind of high, right? I mean, the makeup and stuff, I don't know, girls need the makeup, whatever. Leave me a comment. If you're a woman, you have to have the makeup, right? I mean, that's just part of life. But let me know. That seems kind of high to me. $195 for 3 bags of stuff seems high to me in any economy. But what do you guys think? So let's change gears here. One of the biggest items that increased for inflation is car insurance, right? Car insurance went up. If you haven't seen my video yet on where inflation is and isn't, I'll leave a link somewhere up here on that, and you'd be surprised that car insurance, the number one increase of inflation, right? So 20-something%. And here's a prime example right here.
Car insurance is a scam in 2024.
Okay, I feel stupid for asking this because I'm usually very smart about this stuff, but it's really stumping me. Tell me why I paid $110 a month on my insurance for my truck. I drive a 2017 Ram Rebel. Okay, I have not been in a single accident. I have not gotten a single ticket. In fact, I have a clean record in general. I've never gotten a ticket. Okay, so tell me why I am now having to pay around $500 to $700 a month. Out of nowhere, just skyrockets. Why? And then I went and got quotes from other places too, and they want the same amount. Why? What changed? It just skyrocketed immediately, and I feel so stupid I feel dumb. I feel like I'm missing something that's like so obvious. But it feels like a scam at this point. I'm $600 a month for when I used to pay $110? That doesn't make sense. Someone explain.
So I'm totally with her on this one. Our insurance, just skyrocketed out of the blue. It went up several $100s, and don't know why. But this guy here on this next one, he's a lawyer, and he's going to explain to us the hike in insurance. So this is a good one right here.
When you get your next auto insurance bill, you are in for a shock because rates have gone up more than 25% in the last year alone. I'm a personal injury lawyer in Virginia. I'm going to tell you why the insurance companies are going to tell you that happened, why it actually happened, and what the stupidest move that you can make when you get your next bill is. Okay, the insurance companies are going to tell you that it's gone up because of guys like me, because of runaway verdicts and runaway juries and more money being given to plaintiffs, and it's just not true. The reality is that more than 3/4 of the crashes on the road don't result in any injury at all. And so the real thing that's driving all of these escalating insurance rates is the cost to repair and replace these vehicles. You know what happened to car prices, and especially used car prices during the pandemic? They went through the roof. Why? Because the supply chain shut down. There weren't any new cars rolling off the lots, and people were moving into these used cars. And if you went to buy like a truck or a used car in the last couple of years, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And because 3/4 of the crashes on the roads don't involve any injury at all, that's what's making up the bulk of these claims, and that's what's driving up your rates. Okay, so it can be tempting when you get your auto insurance renewal, and it is 26% higher than it was last year, to reduce your coverage. And you should absolutely shop around for the same coverage or better coverage with another company. Almost always when you change companies, you will find some savings there. But the last thing you want to do is reduce the amount of coverage you have. Because if you're a good driver, you're probably not worried about you causing a crash and needing coverage. You're worried about somebody running into you. And fatalities and serious crashes are just as high, if not worse, after the pandemic, because we all forgot how to drive. And I've seen way too many cases that are worth $500,000 or even $1 million be reduced to $30,000 or $50,000 because of a crappy policy for the guy or the girl that hit you, and because my client wasn't smart enough or didn't have the foresight enough to buy good underinsured motorist coverage when the time mattered. And the only winners in cases like that are insurance companies, because they've sold you a crappy policy with a lot of margin on it, right? And because they've limited their liability to $30,000 or $50,000 in a case that could be worth $500,000 or $1 million. So when this bill comes in, do the smart thing, keep the coverage you have, buy good coverage, shop around, but don't blame the personal injury lawyers.
Well, I think we're still going to blame the personal injury lawyers because they do have a part in it. But I did have to. I did shop around. We did shop around for other insurances, but what he's saying wasn't true. We couldn't find something cheaper. We couldn't find something the same. So we had to actually bump up our deductible, double from what it was, and it's still hundreds of dollars more. So I don't think so. But here's another perspective on the car insurance and the reasons why. So this guy actually called his insurance company, and this is what they told him.
So like everybody else, I get my car insurance policy renewal, and guess what? It went up. And like anybody else would, I called to bitch about it. The excuse they give me? Oh, the economy. Oh, inflation. Oh, car drivers get in an accident. To fix the car is more expensive now. The one that really got me? Oh, because of uninsured motorists. Wait a minute. I'm paying for people that don't pay their fucking car insurance? What kind of sense does that make? They don't pay theirs. Why the fuck should I pay mine? Let somebody else pay for my shit. What the hell is that?
Yeah, that is quite troubling. That insurance is mandatory here, but a lot of people don't have it. I don't know how they get away with not having it, but for us to have to pay for those people that are skirting along without it and they, wreck into us, it's whatever. Leave me a comment what you think, okay? Let's jump back to the grocery stores. We talked about Target earlier. Let's talk about Kroger here and see what this girl, she's saying that it's robbery. So let's take a look real quick.
Okay, get ready for a jump scare because this just cost me $85. Luckily, I had a coupon where I got $22 off, but let me show you what $85 at Kroger gets you now. So neither of these is organic. Nothing's organic. It's just keto bread was $4. A bag of chips. These were buy one, get one, which is how I saved the $23. Whipped cream, some floss. This is it. $85 at Kroger. Absolute robbery.
Absolute robbery. I totally agree. That stuff, that should not be 85. I mean, I don't know where she lives or what but that's pretty tough there. Have to agree. Let's move up from the 85 to 93 for groceries. Let's see what this person has to say here.
No, wait. Real quick, how much do you think these groceries should have cost? I'm going to tell you right now, I paid $93 for this. $93. Eggs, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of roast beef, a little bit of coffee. I got some supplies to make my green juice. Not all of this makes the green juice, but you get what I'm saying. Some carb balanced tortillas, some pickle pops, I kept it light. Some lemons. This is really not crazy. Why did this cost $93? No, seriously. Why? You could just go to Aldi. I know. I've been grocery shopping for years, okay? I was born in the 1900s. I know how to grocery shop, but I might not want to go to Aldi, and Aldi is not always just right around the corner. So why is it that at my local Walmart, that little bit like that, to me, I'm looking at $50 worth of groceries? What's the issue? What's the problem? Why? And it's certain things you can't get at Aldi, right? Like, look, for instance, I love hot ass pickles. Aldi don't sell them best made pickles like that. I like pickle pops. They don't sell them, okay? I like the big old thing of raspberries, okay? Blueberries. Y'all know what the hell I'm saying. They don't sell the big things of it. Last time I looked anyway. So, regardless, none of this should have cost what it cost. So, we need some change because rent high, my light bill was like $150, $200 more than what it usually is. Like, y'all keep asking for more money. And I'm just not okay with that.
Yeah, that seems a little bit high. Everyone's got their priorities. Her nails probably cost more than that, but hey, I'm not judging, right? People have their thing, like I said, and if she wants to prioritize that stuff, she likes the pickle pops, whatever. So shop around, do those things, but it does seem high. What do you guys think? Here's one that's pretty good here too. Let's take a look.
A fucking box of cereal costs $6. Look at this, $6 fucking for a box of cereal. Who can afford this shit? This is fucking crazy. Then you eat this shit and your mouth gets stuck together with this bullshit, so you're gonna have to eat this to taste. This is crazy. What the fuck is the world coming to? $6 for a fucking box of cereal? They used to be $2 when I was a kid. I'm either getting old or this world is getting expensive. Fuck. I need food stamps.
She needs food stamps. Yeah, no, I agree. $6 for a box of cereal. That's incredibly expensive, but absolutely. So let's switch gears here. Let's talk about, we talked about the car insurance. This lady here is going to have a quick one about home insurance. Now, home insurance went up quite a bit as well, and that's not factored into the CPI numbers that, you know, the government's reading or the Fed or, you know, is looking at. So it jumped up as well, as this lady will explain.
One more thing, who the fuck is in charge of home insurance rates? Because 50% increase year over year for 2 years in a row. This is unsustainable.
50% increase 2 years in a row. That is incredible. I don't think mine went up that high. It did go up, but those type of things are things that we have to have, right? I mean, we have to have car insurance, have to have home insurance, that thing, and they just screw us in the end. But speaking of inflation killing us, here's one person who explains it quite well. Let's watch this guy.
Does anyone else feel like they're absolutely fucking drowning financially?
I'm glad you asked. And it's not dark just because it's nighttime. Oh no. It's dark because I have no electricity in my crib right now. And no, I'm not joking. I am not joking at all. So, I definitely feel the struggle, you know. Not joking. See that? It's 59 degrees up in this motherfucker. Oh, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. But I've already done the crying, so I'm at a point of laughing. I make $27 an hour. I make too much to qualify for any rental assistance, electricity assistance, and I never get sick. I think I'm just getting sick because the stress is causing my immune system to deplete. But it's alright, I'm a grown-ass man. I'll get it taken care of, don't worry.
Wow, living without electricity. It's time probably maybe for a roommate or something. I don't know. No one wants that, but that's tough living. I don't know. Give me a like if you agree. I mean, that's tough stuff. Freezing your butt off in a place without electricity, and not for me. Now here's a lady that went out of the country for a year, came back and was shocked. So let's take a look at this one.
I have been back in the United States for 2 days. I left a year ago, and I have come back to these prices. It costs basically $6.50 for a toothbrush. Toothbrushes cost $6.76. What is it? $6.49 plus tax. So basically $7 for a toothbrush.
Welcome back to America. Now here's a good one about the feeling of the inflation on used to get $100, the hundreds a new 10, or the thousands a new 100. Here's a good one. Watch this one.
At what point did $1,000 become $100? What did I miss? You understand what I'm saying? Like $1,000 is nothing. It's something, but it's nothing. It's a lot to owe, but it's not a lot to have. You remember back in the olden days when you used to get like an extra $100 for your birthday from grandma or something like that? For some reason, that feels like the equivalent of getting $1,000 now. Because back then, when you broke that $100, it was gone. It evaporated. It actually might be worse now because when you get $1,000, it's still not enough to cover things. You use it to pay 2 bills and it's gone. Depending on where you live, it's not even half a rent. You're gonna have to start calling Andre 3000, Andre 300. For being honest, $1,000 is actually already gone before you even get it. Because I have this theory that cars and houses know when you're about to get some extra money. As soon as your house feels that extra money energy, they go to AC acting up. Imagine you wake up one morning, your tires look at you like this. I heard the news. So what you got for me? Look, if you don't spend a little money on me and my issues, I'm sending all of this into a ditch. The next time it rains, we're going over a bridge. I hope you can swim. There are a lot of ways the extra $1,000 can disappear in a day and you right back to where you started. Am I alone in feeling that $1,000 has turned into $100 and $100 has turned into $10?
Now that was pretty funny. That was good. That happened to me this summer a couple weeks ago, and I can I can feel this guy because my AC went out and it cost me $800, and it's hurts every time that happens. And I have to, and I do have to go get some tires for my car. So, yep, I'm feeling it. Leave me a comment below if you're feeling it. But on a more dire note here is food, right? If you're starving and you can't keep food in your house, this guy will explain what his situation is. So, maybe no matter how tough our life is, your life could be worse. I don't know. Let's watch this one.
Hello there, Internet and greater universe beyond. Gonna do a quick video to show something. This is my entire holdings of all the food that I can afford right now. And what's surprising is this amount of food equates to like nearly $100. I have this one cupboard. You see there's some canned goods there. Some popcorn, a little bit of coffee creamer. Up here I have a box of tea. Over here, a small stockpile of rice. And then a meager amount of spices, of which everything's from Dollar General because I can't even afford anything from Walmart hardly. In here, some frozen herbs I grew myself. This is a thing of chicken a friend gave me. A bag of noodles a friend gave me. Before I knew about the Kellogg's thing, I bought a box of Eggos because they were 2 for $3. And then in here, my vitamins, a couple sauces, and next to nothing. And lately, if I'm able to spend less than $80 a week on food, I'm lucky. And generally, I've eaten most of it within a couple of days, and I have to fast after that. And it's been like this now for 4-5 months that it's been this difficult to keep food in the house. So just curious how many other people are at this level in their life. And that's all I had to say about that.
Wow, now that's tough right there. When he says fasting after a few days, it means starving, right? I mean, you don't get to eat, which is we all have to do, right? I mean, man, that's tough. I don't know, man, that's a tough one. But let's switch gears here. Let's talk about $100 plate of food. Check this out.
We're not doing this in 2024. We're not doing this in 2024. $100 a container? Come on, man. Stop playing. Mac and cheese, yams, and what's this? Oxtails, pot roast, beef tips. And what's underneath? Y'all see that? What is that? Those corn on the cob? No. Black people, we're not doing it. People of color, we're not doing it. This is inflation. In 1999, this was a $3 plate. In 2002, this was a $6 plate. $100? My copay ain't $100. My oil change ain't $100. Don't fall for this. That container ain't worth $3. It's gonna break. You gotta hold that with 2 hands. You don't pay $100 for something that's being held up by $250. Don't do it. No.
That's funny. So black people of color, it doesn't matter what color you are, dude. Black, white, green, purple, yellow. $100 for that? No. Hopefully he was just joking around, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't. So it looks like good food, but I wouldn't do it for $100. So what do we do about this, right? One lady here, she's moving to another city, right? If you're in one of those cities that is expensive, suggestion might be, hey, move to a different city, right? Let's see what this lady has to say.
She is not the only millennial doing this. Move to a secondary city. Do it.
My husband and I moved from LA to Las Vegas, and we were able to buy our house at 29 years old. We have been here for 2 years now, and we do not regret it. Of course, the weather, it does not compare to LA, but having our own house makes up for that.
Yeah, moving is pretty expensive as well, but moving to a different city with a lower cost of living, you know, from LA to, what'd she say, Las Vegas, whatever it was, moving away from the beaches and all the fun stuff, the weather and stuff, to a hot desert or whatever. I don't know, it might be worth it for some people, might not be. Leave a comment if it would be worth it for you to move from where you're at. Another thing that we can do is we can shop around, right? If your store is too high, go to another store. If your insurance is too high, go to another insurance. Let's see what this lady has to say.
It's 2024 and some things never change. You're still constantly hearing about inflation this, inflation that. CPI data reads that inflation is up 3.5% over last year from this time in March. 3.5%. That doesn't sound like a lot, right? And you're hearing numbers like rent is up 5.7%, gas is up 1.3%. I heard something about insurance being up like around 5%. But this is the reality of it. My car insurance, my personal car insurance for my one car was about $1,200 with Allstate, and it got jacked up to $1,600. That is a $400 increase. And for those of you that are also terrible at math, that is way more than 5% of an increase. Try 25%. But I'm not making this video to just tell you that I'm ranting on about all the prices going higher. As consumers, we have to react. We have to do something about it. Luckily for me, I was recommended a bunch of other auto companies, and I looked online myself and found one for the exact same price that I was paying last year. So don't feel bad, guys. Shop around. For the exact same fruit, you can go to 2 grocery stores and find different prices. Don't settle for over.
So that's a good suggestion. I mean, her suggestion, like I told you before, I shopped around for car insurance. They were all the same. They were higher than what I was wanting to pay, but you know, whatever. But it is good to shop around. And I'll have another video on, make sure you subscribe, because my wife went to a ethnic place and she's like, holy cow, this place, I mean, they might not speak English or anything, but they're like a whole ton cheaper. So I'm going to do a comparison video on food here compared to food at this place. So make sure you subscribe and check that one out. Coming soon. Anyways, let's talk to good old Dave. He will tell us how this whole thing came about and how, you know, who's to blame and who's not to blame, that kind of thing. But we always trust Dave's opinion, don't we? Good old Dave. Let's see what he says.
That wages have not kept up with inflation. And because we've had this unusual surge in inflation, and it's blamed on Biden politically, but some of it's his fault, his policy issues, but most of it is just the lingering results of the pandemic. And so the shortages of things always drive prices up on anything. Anything there's a shortage of, prices go up.
Okay.
And there was a shortage of freaking everything.
Yeah.
Remember supply chain and all that stuff people were talking about.
Yeah.
And so everything shot up. Real estate shot up because people sat around in their houses during the pandemic. And then, you know, when the sun came out and the curve was flattened and all whatever, you know, and we're all back out, well, these people all wanted new houses. I mean, they came out of their house like a Baptist after a casserole. They were going for it, man. I mean, they were getting it, you know. So, and house prices, you know, 2021, wow. That was an artificial thing, though, that was created by the market being dormant and people being trapped. And then this idea of looking around at their house going, my house sucks. I need a new house. Boom, they hit the market hard. And it's still not recovered from that. It's still got the ripple of that. And some of the other things are that way too. But there's some things, again, they're policy issues, but most of it is just the smoothing out of that. And Trump nor Biden should get the credit nor the blame. It was more how the marketplace was functioning.
So good old Dave tells us that it was because of the pandemic and the shortages, right? The supply chain stuff, and not any kind of political stuff. Well, he said Biden did a little bit, but he shouldn't be getting the blame. Trump shouldn't get the blame or credit or anything like that. Just so happened to be supply chain, whatever. Leave me a comment if you agree or disagree, right? And thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, guys. Go check out the description below on a couple of different things that you can see. There's kind of side hustle stuff, and there's consolidation loans, that kind of thing, if you're in trouble. But definitely check it out. Leave me a comment below, subscribe, hit that bell notification, do the things you do. Definitely leave me a comment on how inflation is affecting you, okay? That is probably the most important thing for me to hear, so we can share and make more videos and do that kind of thing. So, and also share this with someone who's getting hit by inflation too. So let me know, guys, how you feeling? Doing okay out there? Anyways, wish you much success in your finances and life. Peace.